was on the floor, and it was like damn near 12 o'clock, and I was 16 years old. I had my motherfucking mom calling me, and I wasn't trying to answer the phone because I was in the floor, and there was two big dudes getting down. Like, one of them got up, and he was all like, "Hey, bro, you can't be doing that on the bus." He was doing heroin on the bus.
Yeah.
And then he like pushed him back because the guy was with his kid. Obviously, he didn't want to expose his kid to that unhealthy nature. So when that happened, is the dude he was like on some shit. You know, he was on another dimension. He was on a different time.
Yeah.
You know, and he just literally took action. And then like the guy pushed him back. He got up. He grabbed this little needle or whatever. He tried to stab the guy with his needle.
Oh,
and
wow.
like his arm got caught between the pole.
Yeah.
So the pole saved the guy from getting stabbed with a needle. You know, that was like God shining his light on the situation somehow. And then, yeah, that was when I was 16.
Well, right in the floor, like one time, me and my boyfriend were sitting all the way in the back.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this homeless guy, like on the second seats to the front, he just popped out like his crack pipe, pookie, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then he just started like smoking that inside the car, and there was like a lot of people in the car. I mean, the bus, you know.
Yeah.
So it was not just us. There was a lot of people. There's even kids in there, like in the front, like more ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
And then basically, I told my boyfriend like, what the hell, you know, like. And I looked at him. I told him like, you better not do that shit in here, you know, like there's kids in here. I don't do that, you know. I don't want to smell that.
Yeah.
You know?
Midnight, and I'm in Santa Monica. I'm at the end of the line. I'm waiting to catch the bus to go back toward downtown LA. It's midnight. There's a park across the street called Palisades Park. So basically, because this bus is like an hour-long wait, I'm killing time. You don't very often see a guy in his underwear and at 12 o'clock at night walking down the middle of the street, right? And the cops don't stop, so they just took off. So I'm watching this young man. He walks down the street and he disappears somewhere, and we all kind of lose track of him, right? So we don't think much about it. Okay. So then, as we're still waiting there, probably another 10 minutes go by, and where we're waiting at this bus stop, it's at an intersection, that's a corner, obviously. So there's a bus that's out of service, but it's going down the street, and I see that the light is green. But I see that this bus all of a sudden it just stops in the middle of the intersection, and I'm thinking that's kind of strange. Why would this bus just all of a sudden stop? The light was green, and it's just sitting there, and engine idling, whatever. And so I'm thinking this is kind of weird. So I have to kind of get up and go investigate. So I start to walk over to the front of the bus, and I don't see anything unusual. And at that point, the bus driver has gotten out, and I guess she's on the side of the bus, so I can't see her. So I just see a bus. I see it idling in the middle of this intersection, and I can't figure out why it's idling. And then all of a sudden, something just said, "Look up," and so I have to look up at the top of the bus. And sure enough, it was the 19-year-old kid who was in his underwear. He's now on top of the bus. And what I learned later on was that from the bus driver was that apparently he was walking in the street again. She didn't see him. She ran, briefly kind of bumped him. She didn't hurt him, but I guess she bumped into him. She panicked, stopped the bus, and in that moment he climbed, I guess, from the bike rack. He climbed on top of the bus, and